My moral. Once I was a fish, once I was a whale, swimming in the deep blue sea. Everything around me was a part of me. Oh, I fly so high, oh, I dive so deep, living ecologically, going where it pleases, sea to shining sea. Oh, the spell is lost once it's broken, and I left so many of my sisters there in the ocean. But then I awake and I have to take a look at reality's thin line. Reality is only what is happening at the time. Well, now I walk the earth and I breathe the air and I swim upon the top of the sea. I wonder if anyone out there wonders whatever happened to me. Whoa, the spell is lost once it's broken, and I left so many of my brothers there in the ocean. Oh, the spell is lost once it's broken, and I left so many of my cousins there in the ocean. Once I was a fish, once I was a whale, swimming in the deep blue sea, going where it pleases, from sea to shining sea. So high and I dive so deep, living ecologically, going where it pleases, from sea to shining sea. Oh, the spell is lost once it's broken, and I left so many of my family there in the ocean.
When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And when I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad, miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at home. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. Holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. But now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Child's face, say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Good morning. It's really nice to see all the faces that are here with us this morning on Zoom, and I'm sorry I can't see the ones that are with us on Facebook, but I'm so grateful that you're there. This is a community that only thrives by our engagement with one another, even when it's virtual. Welcome to All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church, a church based on covenant rather than creed. We don't have to think alike to love alike. We're here agreeing to treat with compassion those with differing paths and opinions. So whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity, if you care to be here with us, you are more than welcome. And we hope that you'll maybe leave some comments as we go along so that we know that you're there and maybe can respond. This is our Blessing of the Animals Sunday. We do this once a year. It's very different online than it is when we're in person. We have, over the years, actually had a sanctuary full of animals. And since we are entirely virtual still, this one is also virtual. And we've invited those who would to participate, but you'll see us along the way. We front load these services with a little bit of information. We are live as best we can be with you, so any disruptions of the flow are just because that's the light where that's the crack where the light gets in. And I want to invite our board member, Dawn Subasic, to share with us this morning some announcements.
Good morning. Thank you, Barbara. I enjoyed that introduction. Good morning, everyone. Our volunteer of the month is someone who helps make this virtual service happen every Sunday. I want to say thank you, Brittany Turner, for your technical assistance for the last year and a half, faithfully. We thank you very much. Next Saturday is Building and Grounds from 9 to 1. Please come out. We would love to see everyone, and we could use the help. Today is the Noel Food Pantry Sunday, and you can see Melissa Lewis and her beautiful giant schnauzer will be at the church from 2 to 4. You can find a link in the chat for what you need to bring, what they would like to have you bring. I'll let you know that I wanted to let you know that our giveaway, the plate for October, is Together Louisiana for support to families affected by Hurricane Ida. And there are some opportunities. You can check out our webpage and also in the chat, some opportunities to get together virtually throughout the week. And I'm going to turn the service back over to Barbara. Thank you.
Barbara, you're muted.
Yeah. Miss Susan, did you want to share with us?
I do. That's great. Thank you. I do. Yes. There's something I want. It's a great reminder about Building and Grounds. I wanted to remind folks that adult religious education will be taking a break. I am going to be traveling with my family to see my kids. So adult religious education will take a break, and we will be back at 9 a.m. on October the 24th. So, and we are, on that day, I think we're going to kind of reevaluate where we are in our 8th principle work. We're considering a book called Me and White Supremacy by Layla Saad. And I'm going to order that book regardless of whether we end up going forward with a study of it or not. So if you'd like a copy, if you put that in the Facebook chat, I'll include you in the order. But we're going to get together on the 24th and just kind of talk about what we've learned and where we are and where we want to go with our the anti-racist work that we have been doing. So please join us on that day. And meanwhile, sleep in a little bit for the next couple of weeks. Just don't get too used to it. I wanted to tell you also of a community event that is happening on Tuesday evening. It's something called One Block at a Time, and I think it's in conjunction with National Night Out, but this is going to be a continuing thing that's going to happen in various neighborhoods around the city. It's going to be a community gathering. There will be some various nonprofits that will be there sharing resources, healthcare resources, educational resources, that kind of thing. It's going to be the address to look for in your GPS is 6223 Liberty Street, which is a residence, and so it's actually in the vacant lot across the street from that house. And we hope you'll join us. We need just some volunteers but just to come out and be with the community. And I was looking for a Facebook event to link it to, and I have a message out to someone who hopefully will send me that information before the service is over. I want to hand it over to Melissa Lewis, who will be here this afternoon from 2 to 4, as Dawn said, and she can tell you what to bring for the Knoll Food Pantry. Thanks.
Waiting for the frog to croak or bees or birds. Okay, nothing. I'm Melissa. Today's Food Pantry Day. Today's gifts would be Jiffy cornbread, canned cranberry sauce, and canned pumpkin. I think the Food Pantry is getting ready for the holiday season. I'll be up there from 2 to 4 today at the church. And there'll be a petting zoo and possibly free entertainment. Come by and see me, 2 to 4. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melissa. I don't know why I keep having mute problems today, but I thank you very much for the announcements. Like I said, this is our Blessing of the Animals service, and later on we'll actually be offering blessings for those pets that are with us, and maybe we can offer a general one for you and your pet if you want to collect them at some point during the service and have them with you. I'd invite you to take a breath, relax a little bit, and let us enter a spirit of worship.
Tomorrow, October the 4th, is the feast day of St. Francis of Assisi in the Roman Catholic liturgical calendar. And maybe some of you are wondering why a church so historically steeped not only in the Protestant tradition, but in the most heretical strain of that tradition, would pause to celebrate an animal blessing in the spirit of St. Francis. I know that many of our members subscribe to the daily emails from Father Richard Rohr, a Franciscan priest who writes from the perspective of a Universalist Catholic, even if I'm not sure I've ever heard him describe himself that way. He began this past week writing about St. Francis, and in particular, how Francis was a leader who led not from above his followers, but from within, in a collaborative spirit and with great compassion. St. Francis founded Father Richard's own order, the Order of the Franciscans, originally known as the Friars Minor, because all were to be considered minor and none prior. Leaders were called to be servants and to share their faith with works and not words. I think he is quoted as having said, "Preach the gospel, when necessary, use words." His was a life devoted to values that we value: justice, equity, and compassion. So as Unitarian Universalists, we find great resonance with the themes of St. Francis's life. He renounced a life of wealth to serve the sick and the poor, the most forsaken of humanity. He celebrated the inherent worth and dignity of every person, of every being. And of course, as is borne out by statuary the world over in the gardens of devout Catholics to dedicated non-believers and everybody in between, his love and caring for animals was legendary. He is said to have once tamed a wolf who had been terrorizing a village, and he stopped once when traveling with friends to preach a sermon to my sisters, the birds. He preached that all creatures had the ability and obligation to praise God, and that humans must protect and enjoy nature as both the stewards of God's creation and as creatures of that creation ourselves. Francis lived a life in conscious harmony with the interdependent web of all existence. He believed and taught, as Jesus did, that we are called to bring the kingdom of God right here. And as Unitarian Universalists, we might resonate with another way of saying that. According to Father Richard, we're called to bring forth a kingdom of compassion. Compassion and patience, he writes, are the absolutely unique characteristics of spiritual authority. Today, we honor the way our animal companions have shown us these qualities and have taught them to us as well, along with all the other lessons that living with animals can teach. And we'll turn it over now for our first chalice lighting to Pearl and Brittany Turner.
We light this chalice, oh boy, to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the Church of the Open Mind. This is the Church of the Helping Hands. This is the Church of the Loving Heart. Together with mind, hands, and heart, we care for the world and for each other.
Thank you so very much, Brittany and Pearl. We light this chalice as a beacon of welcome to all our siblings near and far today. We enter into this celebration of diversity, celebrating the ways that we upright walking two-legged wanderers share with the four-leggeds lounging, lunging, and leaping among us, with winged warblers, with slithering, sliding, snaky beings, with circling cavorters in a watery world, and with those who carry their house on their backs. We look so different, moving according to the way we were made. Yet look at all of us, look at us all, part of one family sharing one planet. May our celebration bring us into a deeper relationship with the diverse beings in the interdependent web of all life, remembering we all have common needs for safety, care, and respect. May our compassion extend to all beings. Welcome to all our siblings gathered near and far today.
Thank you, mystery guest. And now we will hear from Melissa Lewis and Zeus with our unison affirmation.
The unison affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that also shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other.
Our opening hymn is a familiar one that we have sung many times. It's going to be a little bit different this time around, but I think you'll enjoy this version.
God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now.
Listen to the top where the little bird sings, and the melodies and the high notes ringing, and the hoot owl cries over everything, and the blackbird disagrees.
Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day, when the little duck quacks and he's on his way, and the otter hasn't got much to say, and the porcupine talks to himself.
All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now.
Dogs and the cats, they take up the middle, where the honeybee hums and the cricket fiddles, the donkey brays and the pony neighs, the old grey badger sighs.
Listen to the bass, it's the one on the bottom, where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus moans and groans with the big to-do, and the old cow just goes moo.
All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. Song, a little song everywhere, by the ox and the fox and the grizzly bear, the dopey alligator and the hawk above, the sly old weasel and the turtle dove. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now. All God's creatures got a place in the choir.
I hope that you enjoyed that. For our story this morning, Reverend Barbara has a tribute to somebody really special that we remember with great love and affection. So I will hand that over to her.
Thank you, Miss Susan. Sit comfortably where you are and close your eyes. If you don't want to close your eyes, focus your eyes on something in the room. We'll start with a few deep breaths. Place your hand on your stomach, and while you breathe, feel your stomach go in and out like a balloon. Take a moment to feel yourself sitting in the chair or on the couch or the floor. Wherever you are, take a moment and notice Earth's gravity holding you and supporting you. Bring to mind an animal that is currently in your life. It may be a pet or an animal that you've seen in your yard or while on a walk. Think about what it looks like and how you feel when you see it. Now think about an animal that is no longer with you. Maybe a childhood pet or a pet who has passed away. Recall happy memories you had with them. If thinking of them also brings sadness, notice it, or honor that sadness as a sign of love that you shared with them. Now think of animals that have been hurt or threatened or killed by the effects of climate change. The ones who have lost their habitats or food sources. Send them loving kindness. Imagine things that you can do to help solve this problem. And commit yourself to doing those things. Think about the earth and the interdependent web. Imagine your place in it, connected to every other living thing on the planet. How does that feel? Does it make you feel small, powerless, comforted, hopeful, grateful, awestruck? You may now open your eyes.
I look up and I see God. I look down and see my dog. Simple spelling G-O-D. Same word backwards D-O-G. They would stay with me all day. I'm the one who walks away. But both of them just wait for me and dance at my return with glee. Both love me no matter what, divine God and canine mutt. I take it hard each time I fail, but God forgives. Dog wags his tail. God thought up and made the dog. Dog reflects a part of God. I've seen love from both sides now. It's everywhere. Amen. Bow wow. I look up and I see God. I look down and see my dog, and in my human frailty, I can't match their love for
love that song, and I really appreciate Wendy Francisco's creating that. And I want to thank Ava Kate for doing that beautiful meditation today, and Reverend Barbara for that wonderful story and tribute to our beloved Hazel. Thank you. Every year we have a memorial part of the service to honor those pets with whom we've shared our lives that are no longer with us, because they've left an impression and left a space there that we eventually kind of learned to live around. But it's important to kind of honor that space and honor what they gave to us when they were here. And so in that spirit, we present our memorial for this year. Before we go to our reflections today, I wanted to quickly tell you that music was called Skybird, and it's by a group called Progressiver, who put it on a free music site. And I just want to lift up all the musicians who share their music with free music sites, because they've been such a godsend to us during the pandemic, and I really appreciate it. And now I would like to introduce to you Jennifer Russell, James Peck, Ava Kate, whom you've already met, and Jackson, and Annie, and Ruby Bridges, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So take it away, y'all.
Hi, my name is Jackson, and this is my guinea pig, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. My name is Ava, and this is our other guinea pig, Ruby Bridges. Meanwhile, she's eating my finger.
And this is Annie, and I'm James, and this is my wife, Jennifer. So I kind of wrote most of this in response to what Annie has taught us over the years. So Annie started teaching us lessons the second that I met her. We were in Lubbock, Texas, and it was night before a blizzard rolled in to Lubbock. Yes, they have blizzards in Lubbock, as well as dust storms and all kinds of other weather. But Annie was out on the lake there where I was sitting eating my lunch, and Annie was by herself. And I was looking and saw her running out onto the dock over the lake and barking at some ducks and things like that. And then she noticed my car, and she came up to my car and jumped on the side and started scratching on the side of my car. And I had some of extra chicken breast in my lunch, and so I fed her chicken breast, and she hopped right in my car and curled up on the passenger seat. So I always say Annie adopted us. We didn't adopt Annie, but she was in need because I'm pretty sure she would have frozen out there by herself that night. And so one of the first lessons Annie taught all of us is if you need help, seek it out. Don't be afraid to let others know that you're in need and that you're hurting, because we're one big family together. And if you need support, don't suffer alone. You know, let people know what you need, and there's help out there for you. And then just as we kind of helped Annie out in her situation, she immediately came in and taught us another lesson, which is always to watch out for those that you love. I remember when Jackson was a baby in his crib, Annie's spot was right under the crib. She stayed there all the time, making sure, kind of vetting anybody that approached that crib to make sure they were worthwhile to be around Jackson. And she's also protected our family. Anytime people come up to the door, obviously she barks and lets us know, hey, somebody's coming around. So she's taught us another important lesson to always watch over and protect the people that you care about. And another lesson she's taught is don't hold a grudge. So even if Annie was in trouble and we were fussing at her for something she may have done, right after that, she was always coming up to us and hugging next to us and licking our face and making sure we're okay. And so she's very loving and accepting, and she makes a very good human, actually. And I think she has a lot of qualities that we should all aspire to have in our own life. Thank you.
Even though we are grateful she's a dog.
Thank you so much. And next we'll pass it along to Melissa Lewis and the magnificent Zeus, who you get to meet this afternoon if you come out and bring your food pantry contribution.
Hi, I'm Melissa. This is not Zeus. This is Rhino, and he's much happier than he looks. Okay. And Susan asked me to do something to speak about Zeus. It's like, hard to describe in words, especially to people who don't care anything about a dog. But I did write this down, Ode to Zeus. And he's out patrolling the yard as we speak. Sorry, we can't see him. Zeus is a giant schnauzer, weighs about 90 pounds. He's 8 years old. His expected lifespan is about 12 years. The breed began in Germany, used as working dogs pulling carts, and found to be very good family dogs, fierce and protective. They were also used as police dogs, where they can be quite formidable. And most of all, he is stunningly beautiful. Bring you Jiffy and come see him. It's easy to describe physically. However, the depths of the dog's soul is a bottomless pit of love that is hard to put into words. He's nothing like us humans, and yet we apply names such as mom and dad, as it is hard to imagine them as less than children. They are so much a part of our lives. Doesn't matter if I've been gone 5 minutes or 5 hours. He greets me at the door as if it has been forever since he last saw me. My husband doesn't do that. Neither do I. He doesn't seem to care my faults, my misgivings, my failures. Makes no difference to him. He is glued to my side, flaws and all, every step I take. As the years have gone by, he's joined us on many road trips. We've been to Canada, California, the 9/11 Memorial in New York City, and even Disney World, where he rode a few rides. That's another story. Not once did he ever ask, when will we get there? There is no there for him, for he lives in the moment and enjoys the journey. He is as content with the giant redwoods of California as he is with a trip to Walmart. He simply wants to be right there with us. Destination is, it don't matter. His sensitivity to surroundings is nothing like I've ever seen. There's a bark for the postman, the UPS guy, and a whole different bark for strangers. There are times when I am tense and he'll place his head in my lap and I wonder, how does he know? If that wasn't enough, there are times he has ignored my command of heel and insisted on standing between me and whoever for reasons I don't know, but he seems to. I also have a train, and my train is coming. The most baffling mystery is that look in his eyes that tell me, I love you, and I would give my very life to save yours. He doesn't question whether I'm worthy of his sacrifice. It's just what this dog would do. Dogs are the only species on the planet that have truly and fully accepted us humans. And yes, I have a cat, but I believe the cat is only here for the food. As far as the cat's concerned, we just came with the house. He must tolerate us. The gift of love of a big dog doesn't last long. Their lives are short. He teaches me to love in this moment, for there is no guarantee of the next. What a gift, but more than that, what a lesson. Thank you, Zeus, for being on this journey with us. You have brought us such joy, and we love you with all our hearts. And thank y'all for letting me share the story of the joy of a dog named Zeus.
Thank you so much, Melissa. That was wonderful. And Russell Peck's too. I wanted to read this little poem from St. John of the Cross because it feeds right into what Melissa was just saying, and also what James said earlier. It's called A Rabbit Noticed My Condition. I was sad one day and went for a walk. I sat in a field. A rabbit noticed my condition and came near. It often does not take more than that to help at times, to just be close to creatures who are so full of knowing, so full of love that they don't chat. They just gaze with their marvelous understanding. I have lived with a succession of cats all my life, and they have all taught important lessons to me and to my children, to my husband. I remember when we took our old warrior cat, Dakota, on his last trip to the vet. And when we were done, my grown son, who had been so stoic and loving to the cat all day, suddenly broke down and said, I grew up with that cat. And it was true. Charlie was 4 when this tiny black kitten came to live with us, and he was 21 on Dakota's last day. In the years that intervened, Dakota taught Charlie and Delia, my daughter, compassion and patience, sometimes by showing it to them, as he seemed to understand that these were our kittens and would need to learn, especially Charlie, because he was the littler one. And sometimes by teaching it to him and demanding it of him in that way that cats can do. As Dakota grew, he taught us all respect for healthy boundaries. I remember once trying to extricate him from a neighborhood fight, only to be told in no uncertain terms that it's not cool for your mom to try and fight your battles. When Dakota was 12, he was diagnosed with feline immunodeficiency virus and had to give up his life of hunting and fighting and to become an indoor cat. To our amazement, he taught us then about the graceful acceptance of inevitable change, only occasionally crying at the door into yesterday. He would recover from that initial illness, although still carry the virus, of course, but he would live 5 more years, embracing the joy of sitting on the nearest available lap, accepting daily treats of tuna, and even playing with toys, which surprised us all, since a toy is not something that you can kill and eat. As he grew older, I watched my children take such good care of him. always taking the time to sit with him when they were home from college, taking extra time with goodbye every time they had to leave. I was thankful that we could all be together on that last hard day. Charlie was right. In very real ways, we had all grown up with him, and he was teaching us all the way. We'll now move on to our blessing of the animals. There is an old joke about Unitarian Universalists that I'm sure you've heard me tell, but maybe you haven't heard it today. Someone says to a UU, I hear that UUs deny the divinity of Jesus. And the UU says, that's not true. We don't deny the divinity of anybody. And I love that because it expresses that fundamental belief that we are not born bad, that each of us carries a piece of the light and that light calls to light. When we bless something, it focuses our attention on that light, that perfection that is at the heart of all beings. When we bless what is good in our lives, we increase it, adding our positive energy to the positive energy that is already a part of it. When we bless something that is not good, we disarm some of that negativity with positive energy. Blessing increases the positive in everything that exists in our universe. With each blessing, we offer the gift of compassion and gratitude. And so who is more deserving of our blessing? Who has blessed us more in return than the animal companions who share our lives? So we will start with the animals that are here on the Zoom. Reverend Barbara and I will alternate saying the blessing words. And Brittany, if you will put those up right now, but then just for a few moments so we can all read them together. So we say, in the name of the source and spirit of all life, we bless you, and we'll say the pet's name, and we thank you for blessing us. So we'll start with the animals of the Russell Peck family. So there's Annie. In the name of the source and spirit of all life, we bless you, Annie, and we thank you for blessing us. Do we have the guinea pigs? Or did they go back? Okay.
They're back. They heard you.
Consider yourselves blessed, Ruby and Ruth. And next we'll go to Zeus and Rhino, and we can just bless family animals together. There's Rhino. All right, Reverend Barbara.
In the name of the source and spirit of all life, we bless you, Rhino, and Zeus, wherever you are, and we thank you for blessing us.
And now Brittany and Miss Pearl. And by the way, loved your chalice lighting.
Oh, I'm so glad. We'll see how cooperative she is going to be.
Pearl, in the name of the source and spirit of all life, we do bless you. We bless you every week, and we thank you for blessing us.
Oh, thank you, Miss Susan.
Go now to Susan Yellett and Harley.
In the name of the source and spirit of all life, we bless you, Harley Davidson, and we thank you for blessing us.
Amen.
Hey, Harley. Harley's at the San Francisco Bay today. Thank you. And let's see, do we still have Dawn? I don't know if we have Prissy, but we could bless Prissy from a distance if Dawn is still. Dawn may have had to leave. Well, we'll go ahead and bless Prissy. In the name of the source and spirit of all life, we bless you, Prissy, and we thank you for blessing us. And finally, we encourage you with your animals at home, including my husband with our Smudge at home, who, and actually I'll go ahead and bless Smudge in case she can hear me. We have no internet at our house today, so that's why I'm here at church. In the name of the source and spirit of all life, we bless you, Smudge, and we thank you for blessing us. And Reverend Barbara, I'll let you bless all the pets at home.
For all of you, pets that are within the sound of our voices and that are just within the hearts of those who are with us on these services, in the name of the Spirit and source of all life, we bless you and thank you for blessing us.
And now Reverend Barbara will lead us in our closing hymn, which is a familiar one.
We're going to do a couple of choruses of this, and I hope you will sing along. We are living beneath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Let's do it once more. We are living beneath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. So, as we prepare to go out, as we extinguish this flame, we celebrate and thank our spiritual teachers, the animals, who every day show us and teach us patience and compassion. In the words of theologian Judy Canado, compassion changes everything. Compassion heals. Compassion mends the broken and restores what has been lost. Compassion draws together those who have been estranged or never even dreamed they were connected. Compassion pulls us out of ourselves and into the heart of another, placing us on holy ground where we instinctively take off our shoes and walk in reverence. Compassion springs out of the vulnerability and triumphs in unity. May we value the teachers and the lessons, and may we continually practice what we learn, cherishing all the beings that we live beside.
And as our closing, we hear the words from Reverend Lauren McLaughlin. Spirit of life and love, bless the animals. Let us remember to give thanks for all the significant animals in our lives, past and present, and for the wonderful lessons we learn from all beings. Give us the gentleness of the rabbit, the working ability of the beaver, the courage of the lion, the cunning of the fox, the bravery of the tiger, the fortitude and resiliency of the coyote. And whether with family of birth or of choice, may we always have the lovely family life of the wolf, whose members care for one another with sincere devotion. Grant us the common sense of the horse, the strength of the ox, and especially, God, we ask for the humor, comedy, and playfulness of the squirrels and sea otters. Bless us each with the mastery of good grooming and relaxation of our cats, and the loyalty and devotion of our dogs. And best of all, fill us with the sheer joy of the songbirds at dawn, the purple martins, heralding a new day and forgetting the past. Help us, Spirit, to awaken to and learn from their wisdom and their sweetness, their loyalty, and particularly their seeming inability to judge human beings unkindly. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be. Thank you for being with us.